Hi kids, Dad here coming to you from mile 662 on the Pacific Crest Trail, and today I am in the Mount Washington Wilderness in the Willamette National Forest, and that behind me I believe is Mount Washington, which you can barely see because of all the smoke. There's some fires not close to me, but in Oregon, and apparently I'm in the funnel where all the smoke goes, and there's actually, I can see little bits of ash falling to the ground as well, which is a little bit unnerving, but I don't think there's any fires close by. Well, I had two really good days off in Bend, and that's what they call in PCT parlance double zero. So 2 days of no walking on the trail. And the reason I took 2 days off, one was because I wanted an extra day off to let my feet kind of heal up a little bit, and also because there was a heat wave and it was really hot and smoky, and so yesterday would have been a pretty terrible day on the trail, and so I decided to wait it out in the air-conditioned motel room, and got a ride back to the trail today around noon. I think I got to the trail around actually by 1 p.m. by a fellow named Sean, who was one of my Uber drivers yesterday, and I just kind of worked out a gentleman's agreement to where he got me in and drove me up to the pass. So thanks a lot to Sean for that. Had some good conversation on the way. And so far today, oh, also you probably noticed I got a little bit of barbering done. Went to a barber shop, and my hair and beard were just getting to be too much for me. So I had to shear it down a little bit. Anyhow, I'm about 9.5 miles in so far today. Not sure if I'm going to go any further. I have a stretch called the Lava Rocks ahead of me, which is supposedly a barren, shadeless stretch where it's just walking on jagged lava rocks for about 5 miles. And I'm not sure if I want to do that today, if I want to wait to do it in the morning, but I'll figure it out. Anyhow, that's all I got for now, and I will check in with you later. All right, bye. Hi, kids. Dad here coming to you from mile 669 on the Pacific Crest Trail. I'm still in the Mount Washington Wilderness, and I just went through the lava fields. I think I'm most of the way out of it. You can see I'm kind of like on the border here. Right there, it's just they call volcano vomit, and then that's forest. And there's about 5 miles of on and off, just walking through really jagged rocks that were kind of hard on the feet. But fortunately, I was able to do that this morning, early in the morning when it was cool, and there was some mist. It was really smoky. The smoke seems to be getting a little bit less as the day goes on. There's a little bit of a breeze, but it's still pretty smoky. Well, that's it for now, and I'm going to check in with you later. All right, bye. Hi, kids. Dad here, coming to you from mile 686 on the Pacific Crest Trail, and today I'm in the Three Sisters Wilderness. And behind me, you can barely see it in the haze, is that's the South Sister. So there's two more mountains that are just north of this one, all kind of in a row. Anyhow, yesterday we walked about 20 miles, and I could have gone further, but I decided not to because 20 miles is enough for me. Towards the end of the day, the smoke cleared out a little bit. Today there's a lot less smoke, but it's still a little bit hazy. The place where I camped last night was just on the south end of what's called the Obsidian Limited Use Area or something like that. It's about a mile and a half of trail goes through this area where it's appropriately named because there's obsidian or volcanic glass just everywhere, all over the trail, all over the ground. There's whole hillsides covered in it. There's giant boulders of obsidian. It was kind of remarkable to see. I've never seen that much volcanic glass in one place, but apparently this is one of those rare spots where you have a large quantity of it in one place. Anyhow, and that area you're not allowed to camp in, so you have to walk through it, and unless you have a special permit for some reason. So, and that is the news from the trail today. So I will check in with you later. Bye. Hi, kids. It's your dad here, and today I'm coming to you from Dumbbell Lake in the the Three Sisters Wilderness. And this is mile 706 on the Pacific Crest Trail. So yesterday I was a little bit undecided about whether to go into the Elk Lake Resort. Doing so would require about a mile and a quarter going off trail to the resort and another mile and a quarter back to the trail. But the the siren song of a cold beer and a hot meal and a warm shower all sort of prevailed, and so I ended up going there, and it was pretty good. They have showers there for $6. They give you a soap and a towel, and then they have a little PCT hiker area in the campground where you can set up your tent, and they have a restaurant there where they have a full bar and pretty good food. I was really impressed with the quality of the food, and this morning I had a giant breakfast, which it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm still not hungry, so that's a good sign. So yesterday I met up with an old friend named Jonas from Sweden, and he's the one who was selected by the King of Sweden to go on an adventure at state expense. Well, he made it through the Sierras, and now he's going through Oregon, and he's hoping to finish before he has to go back and resume his military service. So it was good catching up with him, and I wish him the best. So anyway, that's all I got for now, and I'll check in with you later. All right, bye. Hi, kids. Dad here, coming to you from mile 724 on the Pacific Crest Trail, and today I'm in the Deschutes National Forest. I just got out of the Three Sisters Wilderness, and I'm in a burn zone. I think this place burned last year, and it burned hot because everything is dead. It's looks like a bomb went off here. Slept last night at a place called Brahma or Brahman Lake, and got it about I think 19 miles in spite of the late start. And today I'm going to try to get to within a couple miles of a place called the Shelter Cove Resort, which is where I have a box waiting for me, and I also have a reservation for a cabin there tomorrow night. So that'll be nice to sleep in a bed, and I think they have laundry there too. So looking forward to that. All right, well that's it for today, or for now, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hi, kids. It's your dad here, coming to you from the Shelter Cove Resort on the shores of Odell Lake in the Deschutes National Forest in Central Oregon. And it's right around 740, mile 747 on the Pacific Crest Trail. Yesterday I walked about 19 miles or so. I had intended to go a little bit further, but I found myself at this place called the Maiden Peak Shelter. It's a shelter that's maintained by like a ski club, and it's usually used in wintertime, and it's available for hikers in the summertime and in the spring. And anybody can go and stay there for free. It's a really nice little place, and I stopped and had dinner there. And after having dinner, I decided to just stay, and because I was only about 9 miles away from this place, and I had reserved a cabin here so that I can have a place to not only collect my resupply box, but also a bed to sleep in, and there's a washer dryer in the unit here. So I've got about 150 or so miles until my next resupply, which is at a place called the Hyatt Lake Resort. I'm going to try to make it there in about 6 days, but if I can't, there's a couple places I think on the way there that might be able to get a little bit more food, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, feeling good, and the weather's been nice so far. I'm out of the smoke for now, and um, that's about it for today. All right, talk to you later. Bye. Hi, kids. It's your dad here, coming to you from the Diamond Peak Wilderness in the Willamette National Forest, and I think I'm at about mile 756 or so on the Pacific Crest Trail. That behind me is Diamond Peak, right there. And I spent last night at the Shelter Cove Resort, which was fine. The offerings at the store were pretty limited, so it was a good thing that I sent a box of a resupply box there. I think and it's one of those places where there aren't any prices on anything that you get, and you pick up a few things and you go to the counter and they just add it to your account. And I think I found out this morning I paid $14 for a 12-ounce beer or something like that. It's one of those places. But anyhow, that's how they make a living, I suppose. Um, I'm about 70 or so miles from Crater Lake, which is the next place where I could resupply. I'm hoping not to have to, but I may stop in a place called Mazama Village to pick up a few things, and if I start running out of food. And I'm going to try to make that in 2 or 3 days. So we'll see how that goes. And that's all for now. Talk to you later. Bye. Hi, kids. It's your dad here. And today I'm coming to you from, well, I'm right on the border of the Deschutes and Willamette National Forests. I'm on a ridge line here. And according to my map, this is sort of the dividing line between those two forests. And right behind me, that is it's called Sawtooth Mountain, I believe. And then there's 360-degree views here. Back here, there's a lake. I think it's called Suzanne Lake. And there's some peaks back there that you can't really see. But anyway, I'm at about mile 770 on the Pacific Crest Trail. Spent last night at a place called Summit Lake. And it was a really nice camp spot on a little tiny peninsula that had a bunch of berry bushes with ripe berries and nice views of the lake and the little island there. And the sunrise in the morning was spectacular, so it was a good place to camp. And this morning so far, I've only gone about 6 or 7 miles, but it was about close to 2,000 feet of elevation gain. And then it looks like I have a bit of a downhill before I get to a water cache. I think it's about 5 miles from here. And then after that, it gets pretty dry, so I'll have to stock up on water. So anyway, so that's the news for today, and I'll check in with you later. All right, bye. Hi, kids. It's your dad here coming to you from the Mount Thielsen Wilderness, what I like to call the Mount Trees Down Wilderness, because there's a lot of trees down across the trail here. I'm in the Umpqua National Forest, and I'm at the, as the sign says behind me, this is the high point for both Oregon and Washington. So the high point on the PCT for both those states, and it's 7,560 feet. And not a whole lot of a view here, just kind of a bunch of trees and a couple of peaks around here. Somewhere behind those trees is Mount Thielsen. Anyway, yesterday was a pretty good day. Walked about 21 miles, and it started to dry out quite a bit. So longer water carries, and so heavier loads to carry in terms of water. Fortunately, there are a couple of water caches, and one of them yesterday I came across, and I can't remember the pass, but it was about 10 miles back, and it's maintained by the same fellow who maintains the water caches in Southern California. A guy goes by the name of Devilfish, and apparently Devilfish is what sailors used to call whales, but that's his name, and I'd be interested in knowing what the logistics of that are, like how he manages to maintain water caches both in Southern California desert and in Oregon. But anyway, if he ever watches this, big thanks for all the work that you do, because that really makes it a lot easier to get from one water source to the next. My next water source is about 4.5 miles down the trail at a place called Thielsen Creek, and I have about a third of a liter of water. So I think I'll probably run out of water right as I get there, but doing okay. Anyway, that's the news for today. Check in with you later. Bye. Hi, kids. Dad here, coming to you from Crater Lake National Park, and that in the background is Crater Lake. I'm not on the Pacific Crest Trail at the moment. I'm on what's called the Crater Lake Rim Trail, and it's an alternate to the PCT along this stretch. And most people do take this alternate just so that they can take a look at the lake. And the lake is a little fun fact. It's the deepest freshwater lake in the United States. It's just shy of 2,000 feet deep. And it used to be a mountain called Mount Mazama. It blew up about 7,700 years ago, I think. And then the middle of it collapsed, and over about 700 years, it filled up with rain and snow, and now we have a lake here. So anyway, we got about 10 miles to go to a place called Mazama Village, which is kind of on the southwest corner of the lake, and there they have a little store and a campground and hopefully cold beer. Looking forward to that. Well, that's all for now, and I think this is going to be my last recording for this episode, because if I keep going, this episode is going to be too long. So I will end this with the usual video montage and a reminder that I love you, I miss you, and I'm proud of you, and I'll see you soon. But until then, take care of each other. Bye.